you. Hello.
Hello.
I don't know if... Hello. I don't know if everybody else is quite yet. Thank you for the alert, Blossom. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Neat. What?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I'm so nervous right now, you guys. Like, I know what I'm doing. I've planned the session, and I'm so freaking nervous.
Because this is a very big deal for a lot of us.
It just puts more pressure, it's fine.
Indeed.
It's okay, it's okay. You could bear all of the weight of this.
Thanks.
We'll just be here.
We're just here telling the story.
Right. Okay.
Should bad things happen, it is
Take a breath.
obviously not our fault.
Yeah, no, it's definitely all my fault if the bad
Although
things happen
someone
because I'm the one that planned it.
Someone did light the arena on fire last time. I wonder who that was.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Seem to recall that one being the DM.
The giant
Sure,
piece of
sure.
flames.
Let's just go over the recap then, shall we?
All right. Yes, do let's.
Yeah. So recap of everything that has happened so far. You guys were teleported from your homeland at Prana into the frozen world of Tarnstead, where you discovered a crystal that had been guarded by a dragon made of ice. After defeating the dragon approaching the stone, you were all pulled back into the void by an eerie mist. In the void, you heard a voice encouraging and warning you of the challenges you face ahead in your journey before landing in the middle of an arena, where you're forced to complete a challenge climbing a wall to escape death. After succeeding that challenge, you were dragged into a prison cell and introduced to a competing party who offered you some information and aid in the stressful place. Your companion, Lockery, has been unconscious since you arrived, and your friend Desmond is gone. However, a new member has joined you, Balin. And you all were chilling in the cell for the evening, resting and recovering in preparation for what the competing group told you is going to be a continuing competition to the death.
That about sums it up.
Oh, how lovely.
So you all have been resting. It is the following day. Your morning has been fairly uneventful. You've seen... Like, it doesn't sound like any events are going on. It more waits until the afternoon that you start hearing the, sound of people outside cheering starting to happen. Clearly the games are going to start taking place once again. You guys doing anything, saying anything in the morning?
Yes, I would like to go over and speak to whoever it was we were speaking to yesterday.
Yes. The group that you were introduced to was Eldrin, Lucia, Shayra, Arton, and Reuben. I don't remember if you got all their names. I know that you definitely got Reuben and Eldrin's name. The two elves, one a sorcerer, one had a sword.
And which one was the sorcerer?
That was... Sorry, I gotta scroll up to their names again. Reuben.
Alright,
And I will post their names in Discord for you guys.
Many thanks. Reuben, I have a question for you, if you were so inclined to answer.
Sure. What's your question?
I have in my possession a bag of holding, but I do not know very much about it. Is there anything you might be able to tell me about it?
Bag of holding. Yeah, I haven't seen one of those in quite a while. I know a few things about it. I know that it has a weight limit of around 500 pounds. You probably don't want to exceed that, otherwise it could end up breaking. If you break the bag, all the contents inside of it will be entirely lost. There's no getting it back at that point. And sorry, I had to read the bag holding page. Wasn't ready for this. I also know that if you turn the bag inside out, all of the contents will spill out of it. They'll be unharmed, but you have to put the bag the right way again before you can use it again. And also, if you put a creature inside of it, which I wouldn't overly recommend, you only have about 10 minutes of time to breathe in it before they'd start to suffocate. And if you put more people in it, that time is greatly reduced. From what I've seen, you have about half as much time for every single person that you put inside of the bag.
Oh God,
But that's about all I know on bag of holding.
It's a miracle we didn't kill Lockery yesterday.
You put somebody inside of the bag?
We could not climb the wall with him in our hands, so we put him in the bag.
Well, I guess I can't talk. I am a person who has experienced this issue before. I put somebody in the bag and it tore and we lost a great artifact. But it's, just a recommendation not to repeat it for you all as well.
I see. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Of course, no problem.
In the morning, Balin is going to kind of like pull out a carved stone out of his armor and just kind of kneel over it over in the corner and offer a quick prayer.
Okay.
Gale,
Are you saying out loud, like, anything?
Yeah. If someone doesn't listen too intently but just kind of happens to overhear bits, you would hear him talking about being separated from his group, traveling with another, and hoping to find a way back.
Gale, what are we to do with Lockery? He's still asleep.
I'm afraid there's not too much we can do for poor Lockery. I would hope that they would at least let him stay here for the time being while we face whatever it is they have in store for us.
I made him a bed last night. I do hope he is comfortable.
And you guys can just still see Lockery laying down. I don't remember who noticed it before, but the mark on, I'm going to still say that it's his face, is continuing to grow and move. As long as you're focusing on it, you can notice it.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Do you guys think he would understand if I took a small sample of the blood from that area?
I don't know if he could feel anything.
I don't think he'd be quite present to even know.
So, I kind of want to, because I have an empty vial in my bag. Oh, hi, Sora. Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. I have an empty vial in my bag, so I kind of just want to make like a small nick in the most heavily like marked area there is and just collect whatever I can get from it. I don't want to make it so deep that it can't heal, and I don't want to do it in a fact that it's going to scar him. I just want even like a drop of blood is enough.
I worry that the mark is somehow linked to him, and I do fear that it might hurt him quite a good deal. Perhaps Ruben might be able to help us. I wonder if he has seen anything like this.
Being reminded by the party, I will also have selected my spells for the day, and I will attempt to cast Remove Curse on Lockery.
Okay. Yumino, are you actually doing that, or are you holding back before you...
Can you update me on the mark? The mark has been there the entire campaign, correct? It's just currently spreading?
No, the mark appeared only after you guys came to this area. You guys were teleported here, and this is whenever the mark started to appear. It wasn't there before in the winter area.
Then yes, I'm not I'm just gonna take literally a drop of blood. Like, I'm gonna make a cut so small on the area that if you were to see it, you would think that he got like scratched as he was walking through the woods or something.
So I'll have you make a medicine check, and then you're going to cast. Balin, you said remove curse?
Remove curse.
Let me see.
That's a 3. Oh god.
A 3.
I'm going to come and hold his head.
You know
just
what,
in case he
I-
happens to wake.
Where's the best spot?
I'm kind
to
of having
put
second thoughts on whether I want to do this.
on his neck? Okay.
It's
No, I'm kind of having second thoughts on whether we should do this.
It does not seem like a very good idea. Like I said, we
I
do
don't-
not know
I
what
don't
this
think-
mark is.
I don't think we should go through with this.
So, I'm going to say that you began to think about lowering the knife down to sort of take some of the blood, but as you did it, you realized your hands were starting to shake a bit and felt that it likely wasn't the best for you to do this right now. Your hands were too unstable, so you didn't. With a 3. However, casting remove curse, nothing happens with it. The mark remains.
Should
Okay.
Should we ask? Should we ask the other group if maybe they have seen something like this? Or then again, they are not. I don't assume they are from here, so perhaps they would not know anything about it either.
They have also been here for a considerable amount of time, so it might still be worth asking them.
I have a decent bit of experience, more than the others, with the plane hopping adventure, since I've been doing this a little bit longer. In my time, have I heard about anyone who gets, I don't know, sick from this? Like an illness that spans or comes from this?
Quickly, an illness. Go ahead and make I would say a medicine or a history check.
Okay, we will go with medicine. I also rolled a 3 for a 7.
7. You've heard of illnesses with marks before, but you can't be certain if this is even the same thing.
I heal people with magic, not science. Let's continue.
Gail, would you mind carrying him over so the group may see him?
Of course, Rosmila. And Gel goes to pick up Lockery and carry him over to where he's visible to the other cellmates.
Okay.
Oops. Oop.
Yeah, easily enough you guys can carry him over. I assume you guys are all kind of helping out, so.
Yeah.
Ruben, I do have one more question for you.
Yes?
This member of our group, Lockery, he has been asleep since we got here, and this mark has appeared on his face, and we do not know what it is.
Asleep? Let me see if I remember anything. See how high he rolls. No, unfortunately, I haven't seen anything like this before. It's very interesting, but I can't say I've ever heard of anything like this.
Well, I do thank you for looking.
Of course.
Okay. Gail, I'm going to make a bed for him over here so he's out of the way. Just over here in this corner. Actually, this corner would probably be more useful so that no one could accidentally reach him.
That is a great idea, Rosmila.
I take one of the extra blankets and wrap it up into a pillow and then lay another on the ground and have Gail lay him on top. I do wish I knew what was wrong with him.
So, I have a quick question for the DM, and this is
Yes.
purely like on thought. There's a rogue in the other cell, correct?
Correct.
Would, in theory, in technicality, right? If I made friends with said rogue in technicality, in like hypothetical senses, right?
Uh-huh.
They could teach me like a hypothetical skill, correct?
Possibly if you
Like in
had
theory, correct?
time to and things like that. Yeah, in theory, yeah.
Yes, one of our combatants is going to just willingly teach you a new skill.
I mean, okay, hold on. How do I say their name? Shera?
Yeah,
Shera?
Shara, something like that, yeah.
Hey, Shera, question.
Yes.
All right, so I see you're a rogue.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I am also part rogue. I am a rogue and why can't I? A ranger, a rogue and a ranger. Um, why can't why can't I bribe you to learn another skill? I'll give you one of my skills, and you teach me one of your skills. Now, this doesn't have to be done right now because obviously they're chanting outside. There's going to be like a fight soon. We don't have time. So if we win and we come back, for killing the kobolds and teaching you one of my spells, why don't you teach me one of yours?
If we both make it to this evening, I'd be willing to. Perhaps I could give you some advice already right now. I mean, after all, we're probably going to be competing soon enough. What do you have with you right now? Maybe I can give you some small advice.
So I have what do you mean? What do you have with you now?
I mean, anything that I might be able to offer advice for. I can't obviously teach you an entire skill right now because, as you can hear, and she pauses for a second, as you guys can hear that the chanting and the cheering outside. And then she looks back to you. We're probably not going to have enough time to learn a skill.
I have this. Can I crouched down and I put my hood up.
And your hood
And then I like
increases
walk.
your stealth, right?
Yeah, and then I don't even like try to hide. I just walk behind the chest, so I'm like very slightly obscured by the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask if she can see me or detect me.
Make a stealth check.
So it gives me proficiency on it. So I rolled twice, correct?
Advantage
Proficiency,
of
I
rolling
think
twice.
Is it advantage? Okay.
Okay.
Or no, proficiency is just going to give you a bonus.
Oh,
Like
I got
it
a
should just give
27.
you a plus to it. Yeah, that's high enough. Let's see what she counters with. She is actually very impressed. Obviously, she's looking in your direction, and you just see her grin, and she'll call out to you. Yeah, you look like you've got the hiding skill down pretty well. What about your fighting skills?
Why don't we go one for one? I just showed one of mine. Why don't you tell me one of yours, and then I'll tell you what my fighting skills are.
Sure. And go ahead and make a. Or what is your passive perception?
My passive perception?
Yeah.
Is that just like the +3 modifier? I don't know what you mean passive
Are
perception.
you on D&D Beyond?
On the
there
side.
it is. There it is.
have
13.
passive.
13.
13. Perfect. So she. Give me 1 second to open up your character sheet really quickly.
How are you both this morning, Balin and Kale?
Well, it was an uncomfortable night, and a concerning situation. How about you? You seem like you're doing better.
Not very, but as well as could be expected.
Sorry. Audio, can you
So-
repeat what you said?
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at your character sheet. So she says, "Sure, I can show you a skill," and she raises her hand up to you and is holding out a very familiar set of dice that you see, and she says, "How is this for a skill?" As you recognize the dice that were on you now sitting in her hand.
Okay, that was interesting. Is that limited to small items, or is that limited to anything in particular?
What it was meta, basically she rolled a sleight of hand check. And she
Oh,
yoinked
no,
your
that's-
dice from you.
That's fire. I see. Okay. All right. So for combat, I have a spell called Hail of Thorns that on impact generates a bunch of roots and thorns on impact. Sorry, hold on. Bird is distracting me. I have a spell
All good.
called Hail of Thorns that generates a bunch of thorns on impact, and from my understanding, deals quite a bit of force damage to whoever it hits. I
A
can't.
decent spell. Arten shares that spell as well. And she gestures back to one of the other people, the ranger in there.
Okay.
What about your weapons themselves? Are they decent? Perhaps I can help you enhance them in some way.
It's just a basic short sword and 2 basic daggers, but they're well enough right now. I maintain them. I haven't really been able to find anything suitable to reinforce it like I would.
Well, Yumino, you have been trying to do something with that piece of ice.
So, Rosmila does make a point. I do have this, and I pulled a chunk of ice out. It came off of an ice dragon from the world that we came from, or the area we came from. We set the arena on fire, and I was directly next to it, and it hasn't melted at all. It didn't get crushed during the fight. It hasn't melted. From what I understand, it doesn't have any magical property on it, but I haven't been able to appraise it, so...
Oh, how interesting. And she'll look back at Reuven and say, "Reuven, come take a look at this." And he'll step up and just looking through it, see what he can see about it. I don't remember if you guys had him look at it or not last time. I don't think so. But he'll say, "You said it came off of, well, I'm not really sure what a dragon is. We don't have any of those where we're from, but it is interesting that it doesn't melt." And then she'll say, "Have you tried perhaps using it to enhance your weapons? Maybe sharpen your arrows or something on it?"
So I actually had the idea of, once I had it appraised and I figured out what it was, of trying to make an arrowhead out of it. Because in theory, the dragon that we fought, I don't know where you come from. I don't know if a wyvern or what other like mythical beasts that look like dragons in D&D are there? Wyverns, dragons, Draconis, the Dragonkin.
She'll just look at you and say, "I'm really not sure. Like I said, we don't have any of what that is. Our primary issue was werewolves, actually, where we were from."
Okay, so the being that this came off of was essentially just a giant chunk of ice shaped into a very overgrown lizard with wings. There was no organs on it. There was no sign of any actual life. It looked almost like a colossus that had just been left there. And
How
when we
interesting.
destroyed it, I took a chunk of it. And in theory, if it was a colossus and I poured mana into the arrow on impact, then something should happen with the ice.
So why haven't you tried? Are you just waiting to shape it until you can get it appraised? I mean, why not try to turn it into an arrow?
I'm
If you have
waiting
it, break
until
it
I
into
have
some chunks.
time. I don't have time to generally shape a very good arrowhead, nor do I have the readily available tools to do it. Like I said, this hasn't broken from falling. It hasn't melted. I mean, I shot Hail of Thorns at the side of the dragon twice. It took 2 fireballs and a bunch of other attacks. And this was the only chunk that I really could get. Everything else was too large. You know, it didn't crumble, it didn't shatter, it didn't turn into mist. It was just large chunks. So I don't think that I could generally break this right now.
I mean, we could certainly try to break it. Eldrin's got a sword back here. He might be able to crush it.
And see, I don't trust that right now.
You know, fair enough. I don't overly trust you either.
Well, would it do damage to the stone to try to use it to sharpen something? That only requires the surface, does it not?
You make a point. Who has knowledge in sharpening weapons?
That would definitely not be me. Balin, do you know anything about weaponry?
I'm familiar with it. My preferred weapon is... I just kind of gesture to the warhammer. A little... blunt. But I've certainly sharpened daggers and whatnot before.
Would you might be able to assist you now?
I can try.
You were supposed to get a piece of this for helping us anyways, so...
But you're wanting to try to use the...
Like, try to sharpen a sword or a dagger on the surface of it. Or, like, on a... Because there's a smooth surface and then there's the jagged edge from where it was broken off.
What do they call it? A whetstone?
Yeah, a whetstone.
Do you have a dagger on you I can try this with?
And then I just, like, flip the dagger down right at his feet. Right in front of the block of ice that's on the ground.
I'm, like, standing in front of you. You can just hand it to me.
I thought you were sitting because you guys were all, like, sitting around Lockery. I didn't know you had stood up.
Well, do be careful of our toes. We are going to need those.
So yeah, I will try to sharpen the dagger using the blade or the crystal.
I don't know if there's a specific tool set for that, but
If
Do you
there
think
is, I
there
don't
is?
have it.
yeah, I don't think you had it anyway. Go ahead and make.
I chose proficiency in brewing and not blacksmith.
I'm gonna say go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
Wisdom feels like a decent one. Yeah, like a wisdom check.
Okay. I will, as a war cleric, offer up a brief prayer to my god for guidance. $14 plus a D4. 17.
Yeah, 17. You are able to sharpen the dagger on it, and as prepared I am. I was not prepared to open this either right now. So let me double check what it did again. So it does look like the uh dagger has like retained some of the ice from you sharpening it with it. It definitely has like a layer of frost over it, though you're not sure how often or like how long it'll stay there. Um, and for meta knowledge, it's basically going to be doing an extra 1d8 cold damage, and it will give a +1 bonus to attack rolls and hit DCs.
Okay.
Nice.
Does it look like the ice has, like, anything has happened to the ice at all?
The ice on the dagger, it looks like it's staying for now.
What
Or the
about
ice, the
block?
whetstone.
The chunk, yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's still intact, perfectly fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk over here real quick. Hey, Shera.
Yes.
So you have 2 daggers, correct?
Sure, yeah, just two.
Okay, I understand that you have more than 2 daggers, but you only have 2 presented, correct?
Correct.
Okay, come over to the gate, the grate in between us.
And she'll move over there. Those are just marks. I need to get an actual.
Okay, and
That's
while they're
figured
doing that,
So-
I'm going to attempt to feed Lockery a meal so he is sustained.
Okay.
I'm gonna offer one thing, and in return, I don't know exactly what this does. I have zero clue if it has enhanced this in any way, but because you were the one that gave me the idea, and you have a dagger, there's literally no harm in doing this. Would you present your dagger through the grate at the same time as me?
Why exactly?
Just trust. I won't explain why, just trust.
Very well. So she'll unsheath the dagger and hold it through the cell.
So I take the dagger that she has given me, and I place the one with the cold frost on it in her hand. And I say, as I walk away from it, I say, once again, I don't know exactly what that did, but there was no harm in trading a dagger for a dagger. And then I walk back to Balin, and I ask him if he can do the exact same thing for that dagger.
I will try to replicate the process.
Go ahead and make another wisdom check.
Ruh-roh.
It's fine if it
Oh,
doesn't work. I have plans.
22.
Nice.
Yeah, it's solid. It's good.
Okay.
Same results.
All right. So, Balin, you can keep that dagger this time. I'm not trading it, but I'm going back over to the grate this time. Is Shara still by the grate, or is she like walked away from it?
Yeah, no, she's just watching you as you had left and walked back.
So, like I said, Shara, I don't know exactly what has happened to that dagger, but you gave me the idea to use it, and there's no harm since this one also has it. Well, I don't have it. They have it over there, but the one you've given us also has it on there. In your testings, when you happen to meet us again, I'm not saying if you meet us again, I'm saying when you meet us again, inform us of what it does on your end, and when we find out what it does on our end, we'll tell you. And in the event that you do plan to make any sort of deal for friendship or peace with us, and it's a formidable deal, then we may be able to assist with the damage or the effects of your weapons. And then I just turn away and go back to the group.
Humano, would she not want her own dagger back?
I mean, they're both daggers. There was no clarification that they were different daggers. I can, okay, here. Phelan, can I have that dagger back?
Sure. I fish it out of my belt since you said I could keep it.
Sheda, I don't know if there's any physical difference between these daggers. Would you clarify that there is or isn't?
She'll just kind of chuckle and say, there is quite the difference. between this dagger and my dagger. But I like you, and it's not the only one I have, so you can keep it. And she'll tuck the other dagger away.
Hell yeah, free upgrade. I appreciate you. All right, Balin, a deal's a deal. Here you go. And then I
Okay.
hand the sheathed dagger to Balin.
Anyway, I'll never use this. Do you want it?
Sure. The whole roller coaster of
Fair enough.
emotions. So, do I have to have? You know, I guess I could just ask. You know, I've already got a bunch from her. I'm not gonna keep bothering her.
Do you have more daggers, by the way?
I was gonna ask what the technical differences is between the daggers, but I feel like in a fight it'll become blatantly obvious when I roll for damage.
Honestly, she
Um,
just bought that one because it matched her fit better.
As we all sort of gather around and I finish feeding Lockery a meal, I make sure to tuck him in and make sure that he's as comfortable as I can possibly make him. Lockery, if you can hear us, we're still trying to take care of you.
First of all, Yumino, go ahead and add a +1 dagger to your inventory.
Oh fuck yeah!
And then, as you're saying that, Rose, I mean, Lockery doesn't look like he heard you. He just looks the same, though, just as before, his face is slightly look like it's pained. He's struggling with something, though you're not sure what, but it doesn't seem like he's heard you.
I'm going to gently ruffle his hair as I would a young child. Just hold on, Lockery. I promise we are trying.
I do. Gal does say to Rosmila, I do apologize. I believe I missed your first question. I believe it was something about the morning. I didn't quite hear it. Sorry.
I believe I just asked how you were this morning.
Well, funnily enough, I was not expecting to be in this situation again, but I'll be fine. And just kind of like laughs nervously to himself.
I'm sorry, you said again. Gale, has something like this happened to you before? It's alright if you don't want to tell me. I understand.
No, it's fine. To put simply, yes, I am very accustomed to these kind of situations. But as I said, it'll be fine. I'm mainly just peeved that my loot broke.
I'm gonna walk over to Gale and like very lightly flick him in the middle of the forehead, and then just return to sitting.
Dear Yumino, what was that for?
Yumino, that was uncalled for.
Gale just stands there as like bewildered, as if he's buffering for a second. It's just
The hard reset on Gale.
reset his brain. He just goes, "What was I talking about?"
I think that fixed it. Now he's a little bit happier.
Honestly, you two.
As you guys are all sitting back, you guys do hear some commotion in front of you. You guys notice walking outside, going past the guards walking up, and the group next to you, they have the golden bonds form around them, and the guards walk inside, begin leading them all out. As the guards are entering, who is it? We'll say Shayra looks back at you all, and she says, "Wish us luck, and in case we don't see you again, best of luck to you as well." And they are quickly ushered out of the cell towards the arena. And not too long after that, just a few moments later, you see coming from further down the hallway in this direction, coming up this way, the group of kobolds that they had told you about before are being led down the hall towards the arena now as well.
What? Do we have our weapon? Like, obviously we have our weapons, but, like, what happens if I was to, like, not have a weapon in my hand and there was to be one implanted in the side of a kobold's head?
I mean, do you want to try hitting a kobold?
I mean, I'm in an iron cell. No. Something tells me I've made a mistake.
I mean, the kobolds you notice as well are also in those same gold bonds being led by the guards.
You know there's no reason to fight another victim in this game.
Outside, you guys hear the audience begin cheering as you can hear one of the events taking place. And several minutes pass before you hear the very, very loud cheering, obviously the results of whatever happened in the games. And shortly after that, you guys see the kobolds returning back, being led by the guards through the way that they came.
Are they dead?
I wonder what just
Are
happened
there
to them.
less coming and going?
No other guards are coming this way. It doesn't seem like anybody else is entering from the arena. There's no other guards entering. Other than the basic patrols you guys have been observing.
So, let's break down what they said before they left. They said, if we see each other again. They said, winners get moved on to the next stage. We can assume that there might be a different holding cell. Which means if the kobolds have got brought back here, then there's two possibilities. One, there isn't a different holding cell and the kobolds have killed them. Two, the kobolds lost and are being brought back here for our fight.
I mean,
But they said to the death.
They also said that, going on the first point, about fighting and winning being the ticket out of here, when we first arrived, they said that we took the opportunity from them. To exit, presumably.
It is all just
Seems-
too much to comprehend. I mean, this place is obviously linked with the first time that we teleported, and why us? Why? Balin was not even a part of our group, and now he's here. You know, you were on the caravan, and Gale, I believe you were as well. What were you two doing on the caravan? Could that have something to do with why we were brought here?
I can't disclose why I was on that caravan. I really want to like give you some sort of information about who I am or why I'm on that caravan, but unfortunately I cannot.
This sounds very confidential, and does something like that truly matter right now?
Unfortunately it does.
All
It
right.
doesn't just affect me as a person. It affects a whole it affects a whole group as one.
All right. Keep your secrets.
I was just trying to get away, get as far away from where we were as possible.
I understand that feeling. Do you mind me asking where you were from? It's all right if you don't tell me. I'm trying to piece this together in any way that I possibly can.
In case you guys need locations, I'll just move this off of the map.
Not that I don't want to tell you, it's that I can't tell you
I can't fucking remember.
because I forgot.
I just thought about that. I'm like, I don't remember the names of any of these places.
We came from Avonia, right?
Yeah, so the caravan moved. It started, I believe, in Bragos. It moved up to Avonia, and then it was heading over to Judale, and you guys were about here whenever you were teleported.
Okay. So, Miguel says, I had come from Avonia. And was just trying my best to just go somewhere, anywhere.
So we are not even from the same place, not even with the same goal. There is nothing connecting us besides the fact that we were on the same caravan, but Balin was not a part of it. So, how in the world did we end up here?
And
Hey.
as you ask, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna message you something about my backstory that kind of pertains to this convo.
Yes, go for it. But as you guys are saying that, you hear the guards passing by again, and very suddenly the gold bombs wrap around each of you, Lockery included, and one of the guards is jokingly saying as they enter the cell, I bet you 5 gold they don't hit a single shot. And they grab you guys and start leading you, walking
Bet
you
you 5
out
gold I
down the
will,
hall.
and I punch him in the back of
And we
The
cannot,
thought is there just beneath the surface the entire time.
and we cannot speak past these bonds, correct?
Correct. Your mouths are covered as well. Your mouths, your arms, entire chest, and like your legs aren't entirely covered. Like you guys could obviously walk, but they have a hold of you. So, you know, good luck running if you want to. You can. You can certainly try.
Rosmila lets out a muffled scream, and all you see is just terror raining in her eyes.
And they lead you. However, as they're leading you, you guys aren't heading out towards the arena. They are leading you in a different, slight direction, a different turn. And they bring you up to... I was going to try to kind of use this, but it's, if you give me a second to scale this down quite a bit and erase. Can I erase anything on it? No.
I think
Mine
it
is
needs
just
to be
stuck on
locked before you can start erasing.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe? A pog, okay. You guys are led to a room that is going to be very small. You guys have 5... Let's see. I don't want it to be gray. Hey. Please.
All right,
go.
I have sent that over.
Perfect. There we go. The room is that size. There is a door. I'll make the door green right here. And they lead you inside of there. You're able to stand in this front row on the back. Here. There we go. Is that so? Explaining as you guys. So, they bring you inside and they lock the door behind you. There is an open window on this side, and out from it you can see into the arena in front of you. On the back wall on a table is several crossbows and arrows, and the guard leaning up to the door speaks to you all through it, and he says, since this is your first time being in the competitor's room, I'll tell you what's going to happen. You're competing against that group out in the arena. They're going to try to pass a challenge, and you're going to try to stop them with those bows behind you. Once they're done, it'll be your turn in the arena. If you don't kill them, then it'll be their turn to take shots at you. So pick up those bows and get ready. And thanks for the fire idea. Makes the games much more interesting. And you guys can see that the tar that was down at the base is lit on fire, as they really liked the idea of lighting it on fire just to make the games a little more interesting. Outside in the arena, you can see, I will bring up this. If I can flip it. There we go. This is big because it's what you guys are going to be on in a moment, but we'll just make it like that size for now. Sorry, replying to something in my chat. But a group of 5, I'm just going to put them all as one, is starting out over here on this side. It's not a group that you have seen before. They are on top of a very thin platform made of stone high above the ground that if they were to fall from, they would be landing in the fiery pit of tar below. In the center in several of these areas, as you can see, there are huge swinging axes that are across massive gaps that they will have to jump across. And they begin running as the stone behind them starts to crumble. Go ahead and roll for initiative. I will give you guys an extra round before they technically start running if you guys want to pick up the crossbows and whatnot.
Rolling initiative.
That would be a 4.
Oh, that's okay.
It's alright. I'm right with you. I'm at a 4.
Rosmila, you've been given inspiration. As you look down in the fire, you feel a bit of a firelight inside of you. As though a voice is cheering you on from the sidelines as Pandersol gives you inspiration.
Many thanks. What does the inspiration mean? What does it do? Oh, I see. Okay. I shall roll again.
DM.
Yes.
Much better roll.
I went on 1. I got a 5.
Let's go.
with advantage.
Fantastic.
Were these light crossbows, heavy crossbows?
I'm gonna say
Oh, yeah.
light crossbows.
Okay.
Yeah, and you guys can go ahead and add briefly to your inventory a light crossbow. That way you can roll with it, unless you feel like casting a spell or something. I mean, use whatever you want, honestly, but they just have those there for you to use in case you don't have range.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's the range that we're looking at here?
They are within range to shoot. Let's just put it that way.
Well, right, but there's range to shoot with the crossbow and range to hit them with a spell.
Range at them as well. Let's see, what is the...
I need to know 60 feet is the,
So the range on a light crossbow is 80 feet, so they are within 80 feet.
Okay.
And you guys just have basic ammunition. It's basic bow, basic ammo. Yeah. As many arrows as you want to shoot, that kind of thing.
Okay, so they're out on here, right? And just make sure I know what this area is.
Yes, this
Right
dot right here, or this pawn right here, I can make them,
Okay.
is where they are at. I'm clumping them all together because I don't want to drop down 5 pawns. So Rosmila, you got a 5. What was everybody else's initiative?
I'm at 23.
23. Nice.
I got a 12.
And
Oh.
I'm at 16.
Hmm.
15.
This is fine.
And Lockery is just laying on the ground. So starting up at the top, Yumino.
You said we don't know this group?
Nope, you've never seen them before, but you can see them running and panicking or like prepping to. I'll say, yeah, they've run and panic. They are getting up to here, and behind them, this wall is beginning to crumble.
I'm gonna shoot a hail of thorns arrow. These are swinging, right?
Correct, swinging back and forth.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot a hail of thorns arrow right here.
Okay.
Hold on. I need to roll an attack, right?
Correct.
20. That was a dagger. Hold on, sorry.
No worries.
23 to a short bow for that hit DC, and then 9 for damage.
9 damage.
And then Hail of Thorns is what, an extra 1d10, I think?
I believe so, yes.
Spells, Hail of
I need to
Thorns.
keep that up.
Yeah, it takes an extra 1d10 of piercing damage. And it's only a creature that takes 1d10 of piercing, so I guess because it's not a creature, it just activates.
Yeah, so I would say, like, if they end up landing on where, like, the thorns are at, basically, they'll take that additional damage.
Okay.
What did you say your attack roll was again? Sorry.
Short bow damage 4 plus 5, 9.
What was the attack to hit?
23.
23, okay. Oh yeah, that was gonna... I don't know why I thought it was, like, something else.
So was that targeted at the competitors running, or like just...
That was targeted where they're jumping.
Okay.
So I didn't send an attack at them and have a chance to miss. I sent an AoE attack where they're landing, so they don't have a choice. They either die from the wall pushing them into the lava or the tar fire, or them jumping onto the thorns and taking an extra 1d10 damage on a failed save.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, I was still getting some of those notes out. So you said you hit for 23, you hit the first arrow for directly aiming at a person, correct?
No. So the
Or
arrow
what
wasn't...
the-
It wasn't aimed at the people. It was aimed for an AoE attack where they're landing. So
Okay,
I don't know
gotcha,
exactly
gotcha.
how large the area Hail of Thorns is, but like that's what I'm picturing. So they have to like land on the thorns as they jump.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay. I'll say within like the 5 feet, and if you're aiming like towards the center, that's probably where they're like jumping. So yeah, we'll see if they make it over. I
So,
will
like-
hold off on the damage for whenever it reaches their turn. But yeah, whenever they jump across, I'll have them make a saving throw, more or less. Just remind me on their turn
Okay.
to see if they land in it or not. Any other bonus actions or anything on your turn?
No, not really.
Okay. Balin.
Okay. Of the competitors, is there one particularly large one? Or are they all just kind of like samey sized?
Actually, they all seem quite short. In fact, they seem to be even shorter than you. Balin, go ahead and make a history check. I'd say with advantage. You probably know what they are.
Okay.
They're Smurfs.
That is a 9.
A 9. Oh, it's too far away. You can't quite tell what they are, but they're very short.
They're shorter than me. They're lesser. I will cast Bless at first level. Oh, that was second level spell slot. My bad. At first level, there it is. Targeting Yumino, myself, and Gale. Mostly because I don't expect Rosmila to pick up a crossbow and start firing at these people.
What does
So
Bless do again? I'm sorry.
It gives you a d4 to attack rolls and saves for the next minute. Definitely attack rolls. Let me double check. Yep, attack rolls and saves for the next minute. You can add a d4 to it.
Nice.
Perfect. Thank you.
And that will be my turn because
Okay.
I don't think I have a useful bonus action. Well, I do, but I don't really have a bonus action worth like these people. Oh, we'll see if they get further along. Sorry.
Balin, as you are blessing, you feel a sense of pride in yourself take over, and you get some inspiration. As Alex Meister gives you some inspiration.
Hey.
Okay. That will come in handy with my -1 modifier to crossbow attacks. Alright, yep, turn.
Alright, Gale.
Okay. Gale is going to pick up a crossbow and look out, and is going to like try and aim for one of them. It's mainly just kind of like encourage them to make the jump, but he's also going to try and maybe like hit. I know it's going to be a lot more difficult to do, but like try and hit one of them like in the leg, like.
Okay.
Because like basically like I try and do like a non-lethal.
If
hit
you're
again.
aiming specifically for the leg, you're going to be rolling at disadvantage. But go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. I can add bless to this, right? Because it's an attack roll.
Yes.
Okay. That was disadvantage, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. That's.
Brett.
That's 13 without bless.
You're absolutely sure that you can hit this shot. And you have inspiration. My chat is being so nice to you guys.
Oh, bless.
You feel very confident in hitting this.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to up the price of that.
I'm going to. Would 13 hit normally, or would it?
13 will hit, yes.
Okay, that's fine. I'll hold on to that. Yeah, okay. So I do this. That is 7 damage.
7 damage. I can't do math. Okay. Yeah, and hitting them, you do manage to hit them in the leg, and the person does fall over, grasping at their leg, and the others, you know, you can see their panic looking back and freaking out at the jump they have to make.
And as he does that, Gale kind of whispers to himself, and he just goes, "This is the way it has to be." Yeah.
Fantastic. Rosmila.
Thoroughly horrified at what is going on, I just press myself into the corner and stare at the crossbows going, no, I cannot do this. I cannot. And has small mental breakdown as turn.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
So then it is their turn. So let's see how well they do.
I feel so bad for the one I shot.
Oh fuck. Okay. So you see them struggling with the idea of trying to cross this gap, and two of them, without noticing that their their companion has fallen from the arrow, jump across. They will go ahead and make that saving throw. Does Hail of Thorns have a saving throw? Or is it just hitting?
No, they have a saving throw. Hold on.
Okay.
It doesn't say what the saving throw is, though.
I think it's dexterity, right?
Creature... Yes, a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. And what's the save DC?
D10. 1d10.
That's the damage. The, what is your save DC? 11?
Save DC? Where do I see that?
It should say attack
the
slash
top.
save dex number.
I'm smart. I can do this. Hold on.
Oh, it probably doesn't because I had to manually create that spell.
Oh, hold on. I got
That-
you. Let me
that
look
sheet,
it up.
So
Hold
it probably
on.
looks, yeah, it doesn't have your save DC on it. So I couldn't quite add that one.
It doesn't say.
I believe 15 is fairly standard.
Would it say on my character sheet?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
So
if
when
you go
you're
to
looking at your character
spells-
sheet, yeah, click on spells. It's just at the top.
Oh, there we go. 11.
11, okay. Thought so. They do both make the pass, so they're only going to take half the damage if you want to. You said it was 9 damage?
Yeah, 9 damage.
And then an additional 1d10, right? 1d8,
Yep.
d10.
1d10.
Go ahead and roll that. Roll it twice since there's 2 of them.
4 on the first one. And 6 on the second one.
Is that
That's Hail
total
of
or is
Thorns
that already
damage.
halved?
So 2 and 3. 2 and 3. For Hail of Thorns damage.
2 and 3, okay, so, okay. That is, yeah. So, they both make it across, tripping up on those thorns. The group behind them, however, 2 of them stopped to try to assist their companion, and as they did, the rest of the ground crumbled, sending them down into the fiery tar below. And the rest of the group doesn't look back as they continue to rush forward to the next area to make the jump. Starting back up at the top with Yumino.
This time I'm just gonna aim a Hail of Thorns directly at them.
Okay.
Hold on. 24 for hit, and then
That'll hit.
11 for damage.
11.
And then you said there's two left.
Hold on, let me do maths. I'm so bad at maths.
Same.
Yeah, so you shoot that arrow and one of them falls down entirely. And the other one, I believe, is right next to them, so they will take the damage from the Hail of Thorns. Let me make their saving throw. You did say that you did say Hail of Thorns again, correct?
Yeah.
13. So they do pass that.
Okay. And then for my bonus action, can I cast Hunter's Mark on them? Or no?
What's the range for Hunter's Mark?
90
It's
foot.
120? 90? Oh yeah, you can do that.
All right, so I cast Hunter's Mark on them, and they take an extra 1d6.
Okay.
So 1d6 for bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. Until the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 to the target whenever I hit them with a weapon attack.
Okay.
And then I'll just end my turn. So that should last until the start of my next turn.
Yeah. Do you want to? We can make it a roundabout thing if you want to say that you cast that before, so you can do the damage now if you want.
Yeah, sure. So then I roll 1d6.
Yeah.
6.
And apologies. What was your other damage with that as well? 6.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean? What was the other damage?
The damage from the Hail of Thorns.
Oh, he passed it, which is why I was like technically marking it, but I mean...
Yeah, but
it is.
he still takes half damage, I believe.
Oh, then hold on. Let me roll Hail of Thorns. So that would be... If he's taking half damage from Hunter's Mark from the d6, and he took half from Hail of Thorns, that would be 8.
Just half from Hail of Thorns. The Hunter's Mark is full damage.
So then 11.
11 total.
Yeah. Because it was a 10 for Hail of Thorns, and then 6 for
Okay.
Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Yeah, he's not looking good. And that's your turn?
And then I look at Rosmila, and I very politely say, because I can understand the situation, I very politely say, I know that you don't want this to happen, Rosmila, but if we were down there, they wouldn't be holding back. It's us or them at this point.
Am I able to
And then
respond?
You can respond on your turn.
Alright.
And then we'll move to Balin's turn.
Okay. I will do my best to see over the little ledge in the window at my height. And there's just one guy left, right?
Correct.
That's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, he is not looking good. Meta, I just have to say, I rolled a 2 on one of their checks.
Oh no, poor
Yeah, they
soul.
did really bad.
Yeah, this guy isn't worth a spell slot to me. If I shoot soon enough, even if I miss. So I'm just gonna make the crossbow
I'm
attack.
Go ahead.
13 plus a d4. 15.
Yeah, that'll hit. I'm gonna be real. You don't need to roll damage. It definitely hits him. You see it strike him down, and as it strikes him down, the ground crumbles where he stood. Go ahead and respawn, Rosmila. Because you guys should not be in initiative now.
Alright. Looking up at Yumino, just tears still pouring down her face. She says, No, you do not understand this situation. If I kill someone, if I have blood on my hands, I am dead either way. Whether we get out of this place or not. No, you do not understand.
Plot development. What do you mean that if you have blood on your hands, you die either way? In theory, you already have blood on your hands because you've attacked creatures before.
Why should I tell you all of my secrets? Will you not tell me yours? No, that is for me. That is something that... No, just... I cannot take another person's life. I cannot. That is what makes them monsters and not me.
Before anybody else is able to speak, as you heard the crumbling beside you as you were talking, you're all ensnared once again in the golden bonds around you. The guards enter in, taking the crossbows back off of you, placing them on the table, and begin leading you back out.
What do these decrepit guards look like?
All of the guards are scrolling up in my notes. Let me remember what they were.
Okay, well, regardless of what they actually look like, all I'm saying is I'm just screaming obscenities at these guys at this point. They have the audacity to restrain us, not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. I'm over it.
The ones that had the bet going, I kind of like, and just kind of like hold out 5 fingers. No, I'm bad, so I can't like do much with it, but like I can extend the 5 fingers, and I'm just gonna like, and nod to the guy he bet.
The guard will chuckle and pass over the 5 gold to the other guard. And you'll hear him mutter, "I like this one," as they are leading you out. Bro, what are these guards? I know I had what they all were somewhere in here.
Wait, who does he like? Balin or me?
That one noticed Balin nudging for the thing.
I fucking love it.
You screaming obscenities is probably regular. Someone making sure he used the crossbow just to get the bet to go through.
Why do I not have what these guards are? I want to say they were... What is the one race? Tieflings.
Oh,
You
they
did
ugly
say
as
that.
shit then.
Yeah, nah, tieflings are hot.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, tieflings.
Them
They're
facts.
all, They're all tieflings. They have, like, some, you know, typical, like, metal armor, iron armor, that kind of thing. Nothing overly crazy or fancy. Sword at their hip, you know, just guards.
Oh, so they're
lead
furry
you-
demons. Okay, I got you.
Demons. They lead you all out, and instead of heading to your cell, they bring you around to the arena instead, placing you on these, where the rocks are at. We're gonna leave Lockery there. And the stones quickly begin raising, and the ground beneath you quickly begin filling with tar as you are raised up now for the challenge to take place. And lucky for you guys, you won't be getting shot at.
Are we keeping the same
Are
initiative?
you sure about that?
Go ahead and we'll reroll for initiative. Go ahead and reroll for it.
Okay.
Shit.
23!
Do I still have
Nice.
inspiration?
If you used it, then no. But if you have not used it, then yes. This inspiration that my chat gives you guys lasts through the entire episode that we do.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Alright, so... Okay, well, I rolled a 17 anyway, so... It's much better than 5.
Got dirty 20.
20, nice.
17 as well.
17. And Rosmila, I'm sorry, what did you say yours was?
A 17.
17. Who has the higher dex? What's your guys' dex modifier?
-1.
+1.
Alright, Rosmila, you will be going before Balin then.
Understood.
It's -1, right? Can remove that. Alright. And around you, I mean, you can see the audience is getting hyped as things are starting, but from what you just witnessed, you know that you do not have a lot of time to stand here, as the wall is going to, or the floor you're standing on, is going to begin crumbling any second now. So starting at the top of initiative, Yumino.
Wild question.
Yes.
Do I have to time these?
Yeah, they are swinging. They are swinging at a rhythm, and if you do not manage to make the check,
Okay.
Well-
can I check
Ham
it?
slices.
you want to check it to like see
Are
the
they-
timing.
Are they? Yeah, check it for the timing.
Yeah, go ahead and make I'll say a perception or an investigation check.
Which one would you prefer?
You could do whichever's higher for yourself.
Uh, 16 on investigation.
16. Yeah, you are very easily able to tell when the best time to jump is going to be. You know the best time you're
Is that for all three of them?
Yeah, you can tell that the first one's going a little bit slower, the second one's a little bit faster, and the third one's going the fastest.
Oh no.
If I wait for the last possible moment of the first one, can I get through the second one at the same time?
It depends on if you have that much movement. So you've already done 20 feet, which as a rogue you can probably make it.
Well, I'm just moving the thing right now. I'm still back here.
Okay, yeah. So this is like, 20 feet. This gap here, now we kind of went over how jumping went last time. I figured out how exactly I want to do it. Right now you guys are going to be doing a long jump. Now if you guys run with a long jump for at minimum 10 feet, which you guys have plenty of space, that's 10 feet right there to run for it, your jump is going to be your strength ability score. So like, if your strength is, whose sheet do I have open? Yumino, yours is like 11, you're able to jump 11 feet. And this gap is 5 feet. So you can see that you can probably clear that. However, you are going to have to make a saving throw to make it across. But that will be 11 feet, so then you can continue, running however far your movement is.
Does
So
dash work for jumping a 5-foot gap or no?
Yeah, you can dash if you want to run past that.
So it'd just be base strength.
So
Okay.
I would just use dash and then I would move up here. Because that's, well, right here.
If you didn't dash, that's 20. What's your full movement?
35.
35. Yeah, so you can get, was that 20, 35? You can get, up to there. But if you are doing that, make a dexterity saving throw. And go ahead and do it at advantage since you know the timing for the swing.
24.
24. Yeah, you easily jump over.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my second rogue dash.
Okay. Go ahead and make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, shit.
12.
You got really fucking lucky. Yeah, you are able to clear the second one. Are you gonna go for I think rogues have a third dash, don't they?
No, it's only 2 because I can use a dash as an active use, and then I can use my bonus action.
You can use your bonus action to dash, right?
Yeah, and I used 2 already. I used the dash for the first one and then the dash for the second one.
But you don't have to. So you have your 35 feet of movement, which gets you to here just normally, and then dash gets you to there,
Right.
and then, or like here or wherever it was at. So then your bonus action would get you the full way if you want to go that way.
All right, yeah, let me roll. Hold on. Another dex.
Yep, another dexterity saving throw.
All right. Let's go! 18.
Nice. Yeah. You made it across. That is, are you all the way to there? Was that your 35 or was it?
Yeah, if I started here, so 20, 35, 5, 10, 15, 20.
And this
I
is another 5 feet as well.
Yeah, so 25. So that puts me literally right there. Then 25 here, then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Right there.
I just want to make sure that's where you're at. I mean, that's fine. You do see, since you are over here, I will say you can see that there is a little tiny gap that you have to step up there. not like anything you're going to trip over. It's just like a small, like one little stair up, kind of thing.
Can I carve my name in it?
You want to stand there that long, sure.
Well, I mean, you said it crumbles from that side, right?
Yeah.
So if I, okay, so hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20.
25, 30, 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
So
30.
I
Yeah, you can make it to the end.
Boom.
You can make it all the way up there, yeah.
All right, so I'm laying down, like, think of me like laying down on the top part of it, and then I'm like carving my name upside down in the stone on the lip while they're going.
All right. All right, so then going on to Gale's turn.
Okay, so not thinking that they have enough time to properly get Lockery put in the bag of holding again, Gale is going to attempt to pick Lockery up again and carry him. Okay, well, if I'm still holding Lockery, would I still be able to technically jump across, like, the gap?
Yes, but you are going to be weighed down, so it will probably be a disadvantage.
I'm still blessed at this point, right? Or is it only a one-time use?
I'm not sure.
It does not work with ability checks anyway.
Oh.
Oh, well, it's saving throws. It lasts a minute. How long did it take for us to get in this situation from up there?
By
Yeah,
now
it'd
it's
be longer than
probably worn off because
Okay.
you guys were, walking for a few minutes.
Nope.
He's going to take the risk, and so it's 15 feet instead of 30, so I could still technically get here and... Can I still get here and then dash to jump across?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get here with Lockery and then dash to get across.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
At disadvantage?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, please can I get the same one again? The first one was a nat 20.
And the second one?
15.
15. Alright, yeah, you do manage to make it across.
So that'll be 5, 10, and then he'll be able to get to here. And yeah, and that will be it, I believe.
Alrighty. Rosmila?
Alright, I too would like to try to time this out for the best possible.
Okay, go ahead and make a investigation or a perception check.
17.
17. Yeah, you can see the timing as well. You know exactly whenever the best time to jump across is going to be, so you can have advantage on making it across.
Alright. So, does this square count or no? Do we start counting, so like 5, 10, 15?
Yeah, it'll be 5 will be here, so
Alright.
like 5, 10, 15, that kind of thing, yeah.
And then I attempt to jump across.
Correct. Make a dexterity saving throw at advantage.
Goodness. Oh, let's hope we get better than that. 14?
14. You do manage to make it across. You did that quite well, getting across that gap.
Nice.
30. As my bonus action, I'm going to look at Gale and just tell him it is not worth losing you as well. Please just throw him in the bag. We don't have time to tie him off, but from what I understand, I should be able to pull him out if I intend to. So please just throw him in. And I hold open the bag, which will probably be addressed on his turn.
Correct. He decides to put him in the bag. Anything else on your turn, Rosmila?
Nope, that shall be it.
Alright, Balin.
I hate cardio. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, there's no thought. He's a little too preoccupied with the running start bit
Uh-huh.
versus the timing bit. That said, though, he would pass to this side actually, so that no, he would actually want to be here on this side.
Okay.
And there would be a thought to the timing, not how to make it across, but how to, if I mess up, I don't necessarily just die.
Gotcha.
He's going to pace himself so that he's still running as the axe is swinging back inwards. So he doesn't want to be hit by the axe, but if he does, he has the shield on that side and some room to land if it moves him out of his path.
Gotcha. Okay. I like the thought. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
With that. Hey, 15.
15, nice, yeah. You clear it, it doesn't even come close to hitting you.
Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Well, I can do it again.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna dash and just go exact same route like it worked the first time.
Alright. Dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm. 4.
Okay. Yeah, with a 4. So you had the same plan in mind for the axe to strike you at the shields, and it did. And it knocked you over to here, but you didn't cross the full gap, and you are now dangling from the edge. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw. See if you hold on or climb back up.
18.
18. Yeah, you are able to climb back up onto the other side.
Turn.
You also get hit by the axe. So
Oh, yeah. That's valid.
Giant axe. Let's see me roll like shit. Okay, not too bad. You take 10 damage from the axe smacking you.
Okay.
And is that your turn?
Yes, that was all of my movement, my action. My bonus action was just kind of like, as I ran by, I tried to shove Lockery in the bag just a touch. Mostly, I just ended up smacking Lockery on the back of the head as I ran, though, I think. Is likely how
Lockery
that
just
went
takes
down.
damage. Alright, so you guys made it across. You can hear behind you the crumbling of that entire platform as it falls down below, starting back up at the top with Yumino.
Have I finished carving my name in the rock yet?
I'd say not quite yet, since you just barely got there.
Is Yumi in there? Like Y-U-M-I?
I'd say you just started carving the Y.
Is it a noticeable Y?
One part of it is. The other part, like the longer part of the Y, you haven't quite gotten all the way ingrained yet.
Alright, so like I hurriedly scurry the Y into the rock real quick, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Is it like a semi like eligible Y?
Yeah, it looks like
Okay,
a Y.
sweet. Alright, sweet. So now I have marked that I was there. Now, the real question. Can I disable these swinging axes? Like, they're swinging, right? They're not... Are they swinging because of magic? Are they on a rope? Are they, like, is somebody holding them?
Make a investigation check.
Yeah, there's just actually a guy standing there doing golf swings.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Better.
We just never thought to ask about him.
19.
19. They are being held up by chains, and you can see the chains going up are then connected and being pulled by a large group of people off to the side, similar to where the cauldrons were before. They are pulling the axes to cause them to swing.
Can I try to shoot and break the chains?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'll cast... I actually have a... So the chains go up into the roof, and then it is redirected to an area where the people are pulling them, correct?
Correct.
Are these thick chains? Are they normal chains?
Oh yeah, they're thick.
Like heavy duty chains?
Very thick, big, like they're holding giant axes. Yeah, they're very big chains.
I want to try to lodge my arrow in the shaft where the chains are moving, and I want to cast Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
Now, is it possible to do 2 arrows at once? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever heard anybody ask that question. Like, can I lodge 2 arrows on the bow at once or no?
You know, you can certainly try it. I think I'd have you roll to attack at disadvantage, since you're going to be having 2 arrows. You're saying 2 at the exact same time, right?
Yeah, like, essentially just, like, taped together. Without
Yeah,
the tape.
I'd say just at disadvantage, because shooting 2 arrows is going to be a little bit harder than shooting just 1.
No, I'll just cast 1 arrow. I'll just shoot 1 arrow with Hail of Thorns up into the chains.
Okay.
I want to like lodge it right into where the chains are coming out. So if I can get it further in there or deep into that shaft of chain pullage, then I'll take it.
Okay.
I got a 21 for hit.
Yeah, you definitely hit the spot you're aiming for.
I'm just rolling down. I don't know if I need to roll damage. I got a 7 on damage.
Okay.
And then for the D10 of Hail of Thorns, it's a 7.
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
A D100?
Yeah.
I'm smart. I can do this.
When you click on, if you're using the D&D Beyond dice roller, it's just the 2 dice side by side.
Oh, there we go. 31.
31. Okay. So you shoot the arrow. It hits exactly where you wanted it to. The thorns go in and take place. However, as the chain swings, it breaks the thorns and continues swinging.
Is there even like a momentary lapse in the chain? Or is it just like it just rips through it?
It just rips through it.
Shit. Alright, whatever. I go back to carving my name.
Okay, anything else on your turn?
I yell at them that I tried and I'm carving my name and good luck.
I'll carve your names too.
If you die, I'll carve your name.
You better start on the B now.
I got you.
Just make sure you put was here beside it all, okay? Alright, Gail, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, firstly, after Rosmila saying about putting Lockery in a bag, Gail says, "Trust me, I really wish there was time to do that, but seeing as the first one has already just crumbled, there really isn't much time. And just trust me on this, please." And as he sees, so with the, I kind of missed the description of what happened with the arrow. Did it just not like break the chain? Did it just kind of like?
So he shot the arrow. It did not break the chain. The thorns did not appear to stop it at all either.
Okay.
So it is just continuing to swing.
Okay. With the ones in, so seeing Yumino attempts with what he did with the chains, Gale is going to look at the ones in front of him, and with heat metal, would that just be like focused on like one of the chains, or?
Let me look that spell up again real quick. Since it's usually, well, a metal object you can see within range. Yeah, I guess it would be on like one section of the
Yeah.
chain. Yeah.
Okay. I think he's gonna try and kind of heat up one of the components of maybe the one that's closest to him.
Okay.
Just try and like heat the chain and try and sort of like cause it to snap.
Go ahead and roll a percentile dice as well. I think you can just cast that, right? Yeah, just one action to cast.
I've never had to roll a percentile dice before, so I don't quite know. Okay, and it says 50.
50?
Yeah. That's what it says.
Yeah, with the 50. So you begin heating up the chain, I assume, as you're like running up towards it.
Yes,
And
yeah.
as you reach it, the axe does fall to the ground from the weight of the axe. So this axe is gone.
Okay, and that was what it was 5, 10. So he can still try and attempt the jump over, right? Because it's
Correct.
still okay.
That's just movement, yeah.
Okay. And
Go ahead and make that dexterity saving throw. Yep.
Still at disadvantage.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine.
However, you have made it a bit easier since you are
Yeah.
you don't have an axe that you're trying to dodge.
Oh. Okay. 9?
Wow, you're very lucky. Yeah, you make it across.
Oh my god.
You're
Okay.
so lucky you broke that axe.
Okay. And then that's yep. He's gonna be just very grateful to be alive still.
All right,
Yeah.
Rosmila, it's your turn.
Alright.
You guys are so freaking lucky, man.
Trying to angle between these two. So 5, 10, 15.
And go ahead and make that dexterity saving throw.
I have advantage because of the perception check, correct?
Correct.
Oh, thank the Lord for advantage. Oh! Never mind, that's a 3.
Oh no. Okay. 3. So you were running up with Gale as it happened to jump across, but the axe dropping shocked you and you stopped for a moment. You lost your momentum, and though you tried to jump, you landed on the edge and you are fixing to fall. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw to see if you hold on or climb up.
7.
7. You are holding on, but you are not climbing up. You are barely hanging on there.
Alright.
And then it is Balin's turn.
15, 25. I will help Rosmila up with my action.
Go for it. Yes, you can easily pull her back up.
Okay,
Thank you.
pull her up. Yeah, you might need to help me here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's worked twice so far with only slight hitches in the plan.
You got this. Go ahead and make that dexterity saving throw.
What's the worst that can happen?
Hey, remember that inspiration? Being
Yeah.
used. Oh, nice. With inspiration, I rolled a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
That is quite the unfortunate, as you are hanging on the edge. That axe was moving a lot faster than you were ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a strength saving throw. See if
Yeah.
you climb up or are just dangling.
16.
16, you are hanging on the edge still, but you have a solid grip.
Okay. Okay.
You sure you'll be able to pull yourself up?
Fucking Christ. Not the
Going
full
swimmingly.
plate armor fucking hanging under two swinging axes and above a pool of flaming tar and goes,
Okay. Okay. Well, this is quite the predicament.
This is fine.
Um,
And behind you, you guys all hear the crumbling as the next area entirely collapses. You can see a collapsing Umino behind your companions as they race to escape it.
I mean, I can't really do anything other than jump back through, and I already barely made it across the first time.
Well, it's your turn, so what would you like to do?
Wiping.
At
I
least
still
you're
have-
not being shot at with arrows, you guys.
I still have
In the
50 foot of rope in my bag, right?
I believe you do, yes. Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna take that 50. First off, how far is it from the top of this arena to the bottom where the fire is?
Like, let's see, how high up were you guys last time? It was 100 feet? I'd say, like, yeah, the same thing, 100 feet.
Oh, sweet, we chilling. We be chilling. All right, so I'm gonna take that rope and I'm gonna use one of my actions to tie it around an arrow. Okay.
Okay.
Now, remember that really crappy arrow that I have? That really like shitty blunt arrow that I have?
Yeah.
We're using that one, okay? And
Okay.
now we gonna take that rope and that arrow and we gonna send it at Balin. Not like to the side of him, not like close to. I'm fucking trying to hit him in the chest with that arrow, okay?
Okay.
Now, it only needs to go 20 foot, so I'm not trying to make this a powerful shot, okay? I just want the arrow to like ding off of his chest and the rope be right in front of him.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make the attack roll.
<clears throat> 14.
14. So it is quite a blunt arrow. You have a great aim for it, but does not wedge in the side or anything. So the arrow slides down by Balin, hitting where you wanted it to, but it slides past him and is going down towards the ground. However, you still have, the rope, so it's just rope beside him.
Yep, okay. Okay, and then is this like a drop off on the other side?
Yep, straight down into that fiery tar.
All right, so I back up as far as I can, and I kind of almost like leaning. I'm not actually leaning over the edge, but I'm bracing myself with the heels of my boots off the side, so I have that like, you know what I'm talking about? That like clip
Yeah.
on the edge.
Yeah.
And I kind of just tell Balin, I yell at Balin because I'm 30 foot away, to grab the rope when he can, and I'll help pull him up. And then
And
I'll
go ahead
roll a
and-
stink.
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
A 6.
Well, you feel like you have a...
So I'm going to use that
Holder.
inspiration. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm using that inspiration. There we go, 15.
Yeah, okay, now you've got a much more solid hold.
I'm blessed by the gods today.
Thank you, gods.
And that is your turn, correct?
Yeah.
All right, Gale.
Okay, so so if I was to move 15 feet, I wouldn't be able to also jump normally with my turn. I'd have to dash, wouldn't I? Because
Correct.
it'll be 15 to get up there. I have to. Okay. So knowing that he won't be able to do what he did last time, otherwise he wouldn't be able to jump. Because it'll be like an action to dash, wouldn't it? So.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So he's just gonna fall. Well, he's gonna try and time it as best as he can with Lockery, and try and jump. Well, he's actually first going to move this side first, so he doesn't jump and hit. Oh my god! Ooh, ah, ooh. I'm just put him over there. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna try and jump over to this side, and
All right, go ahead and make that dexterity saving throw.
my heart stops whenever it is. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Ooh.
Colin, just highlight your statue, and then you can move both of them at once. Just click and highlight, and you can move both at once. I have you stacked on
Okay.
top of them right now.
Okay. That was a 9 again.
That is quite the unfortunate because, yeah, you are hanging on and hanging on with one hand as you are holding on to Lockery.
This is fine. Is that a strength?
Yes, go ahead and make your strength saving throw.
Is that just like a normal roll, right? Just
Yeah,
straight?
yeah, just normal
Okay.
strength.
13?
Normal saving throw. I don't know if your strength throw is high. All right, 13. You're holding on.
Oh.
You're not climbing up, but you're holding on.
Okay, that's fine.
Rosmila, that is your turn, correct, Gail?
Oh, yes, that is.
All right, yes, Rosmila.
Oh, no. Alright. Alright, I'm going to attempt to, once again, have to go right between them. And that would be... It is dexterity, yes?
Correct. And you do have advantage so you know when to jump.
14.
14. You do manage to make it across.
Alright, and then as a bonus, I'm going to attempt to help Gale and or grab Lockery, whichever works.
Are you helping Gale or are you pulling Lockery up?
I am assuming that Lockery is being held lower.
I mean, if you can imagine, basically, I picture him having one hand up on the wall and the other one, Lockery's hanging over his shoulder.
Yeah, I was thinking on the shoulder as well.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright. Then I guess I will be helping Gale.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a, since, you didn't have an action, that can be your action, the help action, to pull him up, so that's totally fine. You do manage to help Gale.
I did just want to point out how unnatural it looks for someone of Gale's slim look to be holding on as well. Just holding on with one hand. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, it's quite
duly
uncanny
noted.
that Gale, slim small Gale, is just taking it with Lockery, bro.
Hanging it.
It's the adrenaline.
But yeah, you do manage to get back up so you guys can both, I messed up there. Yeah, you move him up there, yeah.
Alright.
And that is your turn, correct, Rosmila?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Balin. You got a rope
Okay.
beside you, you're hanging on the edge.
Yep. I am going to... So the rope is attached to, like, just a blunt arrow, correct?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
but
attached
that
to a blunt
arrow-
arrow.
That
It's-
arrow's very far down by you now. It's
Okay.
out of your reach.
Okay. So I'm going to, like, take and coil the rope around my arm. That
Okay.
way it's like I'm not putting all of my weight on it.
Mm.
I'm still climbing up. I'm still using that as assistance, but I'm not, like, relying solely on that.
Yeah, with the help of that and with your roll previously, you're able to get up, no problem.
Okay. And then I will... take Lockery and make my way to the platform.
Yeah,
Just
easy enough, simple enough.
Yeah, take the burden off Gil's shoulders for the easy stretch.
Thank you.
And I use my action to dash to make the distance if I'm dragging someone with me.
All right. Yeah, you can. I mean, there's no obstacles, nothing in your
Yeah.
path, so you can make it there easy enough.
And I just kind of like start uncoiling the rope from my arm and give it back to Yumino as well.
Okay. And then behind you, you guys see this crumble again as well. And I will give you guys each one more turn. So Yumino up at the top. Anything you'd like to do?
How far have the names progressed?
Considering you're holding the rope that time, you haven't quite finished it yet. Still have a few more names to carve.
He was multitasking.
Damn.
Would you like to continue carving the names?
I say no. I curse under my breath and I say to the hell with it, and then I fucking lodge an arrow into, because we still have the crossbow, right? We added it to our inventory.
No, it was only for that turn. You do not have a crossbow anymore.
Yeah, they took it
I
back.
just lodge an arrow in my bow and cast Hail of Thorns, and then I fucking send that bitch at the people pulling the axes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a attack roll.
I don't think these are other competitors. I think these are.
I don't care. They're
team staff
civilians.
this time around.
I don't care. They're enjoying our torment. I got a 27.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, you send that arrow flying. Unfortunately, it bounces off of an invisible barrier, and you take 11 damage as thunder seems to strike through you, just as what happened to Gale before, and you fall, collapse onto the ground, paralyzed.
As I'm sitting, am I like twitching or am I just paralyzed on the ground?
Yeah, you just completely collapse, paralyzed on the ground, unable to move. They can see, like, you know, a little bit of lightning tingling off of you, like...
I just, like, move. I don't move my head. I move my eyes and look at Balin, and I try to speak, and I just go...
I take that blunt arrow and stick it in his mouth so he doesn't like bite off his tongue or something as he's trying to do this. Just shush. There you go.
At first I thought he said he was going to move. I was like, what?
That's my turn.
I'm so glad you did that. Gail, what would you like to do for your turn?
Gail's gonna, once obviously Rosmila helps him up and Balin takes Pockery off his shoulder, he says, thank you so much, guys. And as he's saying it, he looks directly at Rosmila, not so much Balin, but extends a thank you to them and gets back up and just kind of like heads over to where the rest of the group are.
Okay, are you stopping there, or...?
I'll get up here.
Okay, I mean, you can stop there if you want to.
It's a good place to go.
I mean, you notice the little dip as well to step up onto, so, I mean, it's up to you what you would like to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna step up.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
Alright, Rosmila.
Very, very shaken, just slowly in the middle, makes her way all the way over and is now with the boys.
Fantastic. Anything else, anything you're gonna say or anything for your turn?
Just as I step up onto the little platform, I'm going to look over at Yumino with a not quite a full raging glare, but definitely not a kind look.
And Balin.
Balin is smiling widely through the beard because that was funny. And also because someone saved him from doing something stupid, maybe.
Alright, great. And as you guys are standing on the platform, this last area crumbles except for where you are standing. And you can watch for a moment, looking down around you as, you know, the tar begins to disappear, the fire begins to disappear. What are y'all's passive investigation?
10.
17.
17. What was yours, Gil?
16.
16. Okay, so Gail and Rosmila, because you guys all can notice behind you, the area that the king was in before is clearly behind you again now. You guys can see him. He's just looking like he's having a great time watching this. And Gail and Rosmila, you guys notice the crystal that the others had mentioned specifically behind the king. That looks very much just like the one that teleported you guys before, the massive crystal that the ice dragon was guarding. And you can see the carving as well of what the group had said before, having this written on it that they already had told you, but you do see that carving on it, so now you know exactly where the stone is located at. But then soon enough, you guys are all being lowered down on the stone again, and the golden bonds are around you once again. The guards come, pick you up, walk you back to your cell, and before one of the guards leaves, he throws some stuff down into the cell and says, nice work, you guys are pretty entertaining. And then he locks the door, the bonds are released, and you guys can see a few little items on the ground in front of you. You can move and talk again.
Where? Our cell's over
And
here.
I'm gonna move you guys off here real quick. Yeah, let me move this.
We're in a different cell now.
No, you guys are still in the same one. I just needed to move you so I can move this real quick.
No one else took any damage, right?
Nope.
All right.
I wasn't trying to
What?
kill you.
Oh no, not with the axes
Am
and
I
the
still
fire
paralyzed?
and all of that. Oh no, not trying to kill us.
Okay, you guys are all in here.
Am I still paralyzed?
Unceremoniously
No,
throwing
you're no
the
longer
others onto the
paralyzed.
ground.
I'm no longer paralyzed?
No longer
Like,
paralyzed.
where am I? Where? I have not
Where are-
moved yet.
That is a
I
great
know-
question. Where
I
are
know
you?
he's blind.
Yeah, you know it's here.
Even though there. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
right
there I am.
Yeah.
He was in the
You
lump.
stupid fucking... Stupid... I pull my fucking tablet out and I start meditating in the corner, cursing under my breath the entire time.
I just look at Yumino for a sec and just kind of chuckle slightly to myself and just roll my neck a little bit and kind of stretch my arms out a little bit as I head over to what has become my resting place over the corner here and just rest against the wall for a second.
Balin rubs his cows for a second before getting down and going through the bag. Oh,
Going through
goody.
that, like all the items. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not even an investigation check. You can just see what's here. So, in one bag, there appears to be some candy. Another thing, from what you would know, Balin, it is a spell book. However, this one looks like it maybe was caught up in a little bit of fire recently. How odd that could have happened. And then there is a belt as well. There's a few other, random... There's, a short sword. There's a bow that's been burned, mostly, so it's not really usable. There's some armor that's also been burned up that is not feasible in wearing anymore.
Okay.
Are there daggers in that bag?
You know what? Roll a d20.
I'll immediately open up some of the candy and eat one.
Eating the candy, you feel yourself become a little bit rejuvenated as you get 1 HP back from that, and you feel like you're really good at talking now for some reason. Like, you could just persuade anybody to side with you, as you now have an advantage on a charisma checks for the next hour.
Damn.
This candy is much more important than I thought. Sorry. This candy is more important than I thought. Beyond that, I have this slightly burnt book. Gail or Rosmila, can one of you two do anything with this? I'm not really... I cast magic, but not from books.
Without saying anything, just wordlessly, I will reach out a very, very shaky hand for the book.
Here's hoping to a fly spell, eh? He says, smiling and like, please, please.
Rosmila, with the book, you recognize it as a spell book, though it is quite broken. There are some spells in it that you that are new, and I'm going to let you have with the situation with your character. You can add like 3 spells from that spell book, so you can start using 3 more spells. Not all of them from your spell book yet.
All right.
So choose wisely. I'll let you select those.
All right.
Sorry, there was Candy, the spell book.
There was also
The
a belt.
And the belt, yeah.
And Yumino, what was that D20 roll?
I don't want to talk about it.
What was it? It doesn't matter entirely what it was. I just need to know.
I really would prefer just to like say I didn't roll the d20.
Was it a 1 or a 2?
It was a 1.
It was a 1. Okay, I was
It was
just
a
going
1.
odds or even. So odds, there is not any daggers there.
So this isn't the bag. Well, we don't know that. Never mind. I can't say shit. This is matching awfully close to our friends from the cell next to us.
None of this
Okay.
looks like what your friends had. No.
Oh,
I
sweet. I'm not
assume-
depressed anymore.
It's the group of children we killed.
Oh, yeah, okay. Fuck them kids.
Presumably, just given the burns on them, and it makes sense that should one team eliminate the other, I imagine the guards will pick through the bag and take any of the super interesting items, but they probably make more money off of us putting on a good show than they would pocketing the short sword. I'll take a closer look at the belt. I'm not
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
great at that, but you know. Arcana. Oh, 19.
19. Yeah, investigating this belt. What was this belt again? Give me 1 second. I should have pulled this up.
As we're sort of going on about this, as I start to flip through the pages of the spell book, something catches my eye, and it just immediate panic just washes over me, and I proceed to like toss the book onto the floor and just come and hide over here in the corner and just begin to mutter to myself.
The silence says it all. What the fuck do we do here?
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the information on the belt. I don't know what happened to it. I
I'll wait for
lost.
You
Sorry, I'm
slammed the
finding
book
it. Give me 1 second.
shut and began to like hyperventilate.
It just slammed the book shut, threw it on the ground, and proceeded to just like scramble over to the corner and just begin to mutter to myself.
What are you
Pick up the
muttering?
Book and wipe it off.
For anyone who can actually hear, all you hear is a broken mutter of, I'm good, I'm kind, I'm not a monster, I'm not a monster.
Oh, this is a spell for killing babies specifically. No. I do like pick up the book and begin to flip through it afterwards to see if there was like a, I don't know, evil ritual spell.
Yeah, it was gonna
Um,
like. Oh, come.
I don't know what spell specifically Rosmila has selected to be in it. So
Gotcha. So you didn't have a list of spells you gave her, and
there's a list of spells, but there's like several spells, and I don't know which ones she's saying are going to be in it. So
gotcha. I thumb through the pages still, regardless, and while I'm not able to describe it, I would like to see if I can get a read on the type of wizard this was.
Go
So,
ahead and
Be
make.
that up to Rosmila to tell, like, if she chose more from one school of magic or another, or from you.
From from you're looking at like the burnt book, right?
Yeah.
Make an investigation check or an insight check.
Investigation is 3, insight is 10. Like just using the same dice roll. So
Gotcha. So I'm going to say that I mean, you can see the spells that are in it. Do you know, Rosmila, which spells?
It's a bit of everything. There's no particular. It favors more of fire and thunder, with a few evocation and divination.
Yeah, so quite a bit of it, like attack spells, more like violent.
a war mage. I
is
actually understand this one quite a bit better than I understand most wizards.
Insight, though, you can't tell anything specifically about the
Right.
person
Yeah, I
casting
mean,
itself.
they could be the kindest person in the world, just forced to use a fireball because they want to keep their friends safe.
Yeah.
Or they could be a maniac who fireballs anything.
And as for the belt, so
My kind of
I
person.
lost the sheet, so I'm gonna have to remake that one again. I don't know where it went, but basically that belt will give increased constitution to the person who wears it. I don't remember how much it is because I lost it, but I will find it again after the session. So increased constitution score. That's what it does.
Okay, is it one of the ones that just increases your con score or like sets your con score?
It like if your constitution is like 12, it says like, okay, now your constitution is 19 as long as you're wearing the belt.
Okay, but if it's 18, it's still one of those becomes 19 as long as you're wearing the belt.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I think it was. Okay, yeah. That goes to our ranger. Yeah. Putting the belt on, I kind of like. All that really does for me is like just gives me a breath of fresh air. Because my con is 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't do much for you.
So, like, literally no modifier improvement. So I would kind of just give a side eye to my companions and see. Our ranger is fast, but like paper.
Yep.
There's no. I can't come up with a meta way to say this. You need this item.
And what does it do?
It will increase your constitution score. But like I
hell
said, I have to get I will give you the item after the session. I just have to remake it again because I don't know what happened to it. It's not
Okay.
in my homebrew collection anymore for some reason.
Yeah, is it the increased con score to 18 or 19?
It was 18 or 19. I don't remember which.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Goodberry for all 10 of the berries and just eat them all.
Okay.
I'm healing myself.
Yeah, just you don't know in the corner munching on berries.
Now, I also stopped meditating because I have a really keen sense of hearing as an elf. I come over here and I kind of squat down in front of Rosmila and I ask a question about something she stated earlier. So, you stated earlier, Rosmila, that blood on your hands would what? Blood on the hands would what? What would happen?
She's still in quite a state and is not. The 1,000-yard stare. Just continuously muttering to herself.
And can I also cast I don't know how to say that word. Primeval awareness?
Primeval?
Well, no, it's not evil because it's EVAL.
I know which one. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the word either.
So it senses for aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, and undeads within a mile of me. Um, can I specifically target it at Rosmila?
I mean, yes, just using it, I mean, you'd be able to sense those kinds of things. Yeah, even if it was her or something like that, yeah.
All right, so I want to use it.
Okay.
Is there
Um,
like what do I would I roll something?
I'm pretty sure you just use it. You don't have to roll or anything with it. It's just an action. Yeah, so in sitting in front of her, I mean, you don't sense anything from her specifically. Though around you, you definitely there's a lot of shit in here. In a 1 mile radius, you can sense a lot of different things, you know.
Okay.
But nothing from her specifically.
Then I'll just drop a meal box in front of her and go back to meditating.
Gail is also kind of sat down, not like directly next, but like somewhat near to Rosmila, and is kind of silent for a little while, but then kind of like speaks up after a little while and says, "You may not want to speak to anyone about it right now, and no one's going to force you to. But I just wanted to say that you are not alone in this. And whatever is troubling you at this moment, I, in a sense, know how you're feeling. And if you would so choose, I would be more than willing to lend an ear." And just says nothing else after that. Just kind of sits there nearby, just to be like as a kind of extra kind of person.
Hearing this, I sober up a bit. Still obviously very, very shaken. But I look at him, just you can see just the absolute devastation in her eyes, and tell him, I do not even know where to begin. I had a chance. I had one chance to have a future, and now I'm here, and if I were to kill someone, it would not matter if I died here in this arena or if I even escaped. That would be my death, either way, and I would much rather die without the blood on my hands and know that I am not a monster.
Gale processes it for a second. Goes, I do know where you're coming from in wanting to make a new start, and I was the exact same. That's why I ended up on his wagon. And the others may not understand your need for not wanting to kill, but I do. And I will do everything in my power to never put you in a situation where you would have to do something like that. And I can only give you my word that I will try to keep you safe, as with the other members of this group. And for what it's worth, from what I've seen so far, you're not a monster.
Though I do not say anything else, and still continue to sort of stare off in this general direction, I reach into my bag of holding and take out 2 pieces of the infamous candy, and I reach out and hold one out to him while I eat the other.
Gale smiles and kind of nods his head as he takes the candy and pops it into his mouth.
I will say, since you are on this side though, just as a small note, since you are very observant, as I hold out my hand, you notice a very small but distinct white scar going all the way across from the base of my left thumb to the base of my pinky, as I hold out the candy for you.
So while they were talking, I have kind of made my way over to Lockery, just because
Yeah.
Yumino, where Yumino grew up and how he grew up, he doesn't quite understand the soft talk. He doesn't get how that's effective. He was raised as a fighter. He wasn't raised to think like that. He was raised that it's my way, or not my way. It's my life or your life in these scenarios. So he looks over at Balin and he looks over at Gale, and he just simply asks, "Do you trust me?"
I wouldn't say that I trust any of you quite yet fully, but I won't stop you.
All right. So I grab Lockery, and I walk right over in front of Rosmila, and I rotate both of us straight towards her, with Lockery facing her and me behind Lockery. And I pull my dagger out, specifically the one with the cold on it. And
Okay.
I put it straight to Lockery's neck. And I ask Rosmila 2 very simple questions. Would you stop me? And why would you? Or why would you and why wouldn't you?
Absolutely bewildered at what's going on. Rosmila scrambles to stand and she's... Yumino, you monster! Of course I would stop you! It's just the right thing to do! He cannot even defend himself!
Would you kill me?
To protect an innocent, I would if I had to.
I simply drop Lockery in front of her, and then I just walk back to the corner.
And I just sort of reach out and grab him before he falls onto the floor.
I feel like we have from the corner, I kind of just whisper, I feel like we have our answer about Rosmila, but I don't feel like we're going to get it out quite yet.
Just sort of giving Lockery's neck a once-over just to make sure there's no nicks.
Balin, to you, Yumino. Quiet enough. Rosmila might be able to hear. He doesn't really care. Will kind of nod along with you. And... the hell was that noise? Anyway. And will say... one day she will learn that killing does not necessarily make you evil. It's what you kill for. Sure, it's a dark path, but one that we are upon already.
With a very angry glare over at this general direction, Rosmila sort of holds Lockery like you would have a child and sort of strokes his hair, just making sure that he's okay, and scoots over close to Gale and kind of tucks him in behind her just to keep him away from them.
That's fair.
Also, sidebar, has that other one ever been awake?
He
Like,
was.
is this just like a
He
corpse
wa-
that you bring around with you? Or...
He was, but very briefly, but a couple days, and now he's sleeping. He was.
So maybe he does this more often.
He's actually a very reliable sort, but upon the teleportation, he hasn't woken up. In fact, I don't remember a time that he offered to sleep before any of us. Typically, because I don't sleep and I meditate, I had to force him to bed. So him sleeping this long is uncharacteristic of him.
Maybe it's part of his race. Like, you know how bears hibernate? Maybe he's hibernating.
I think he's a human. Do humans hibernate?
I've met one other human before, and I don't think he slept. I'm pretty abjectly positive he did not sleep, actually.
Do dwarves sleep?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Dwarves don't dream. I will tell you that much.
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah. If a dwarf ever tells you about the dream they had, it was drugs.
It was drugs.
Gale is not going to say anything, but he is just going to be staring at Yumino. Just staring.
And as you guys are, tensely passing the night, you all do get some rest. Throughout the rest of the day, you guys heard the cheering and the screams from the event. But you did manage to get some rest. You guys can all take a long rest. And the following day, you guys are all in the cell again. Your friends from the cell have not returned. It has remained empty this entire time. However, you do see in the afternoon, after it sounds like the events have been going on for a little bit, you see coming down the hallway, just like before, the kobolds being led by the guards out into the arena. And only a few minutes later, the guards come back up to your cell, and you all are entangled in the golden bonds once again. They lead you out of the cell towards the arena and drop you off inside. And you guys are left to stand, but across from you, you see, instead of a challenge facing you, you see a group of opponents. And the kobolds that you saw being let out only a few minutes before you are now inside of the arena with their weapons ready to fight, though they're not attacking quite yet. The door seals shut behind you, and the crowd around you is cheering with excitement at your guys' upcoming battle. And the kobolds are waiting for you to raise your weapons inside of the arena. And we're going to end the session there.
That's a good session.
That was
That's
a really
a very
good
good
session.
session.